Hello, friends. We're going on an adventure today. I am making my own bread. Bread is something that I have not mastered yet. I do a lot of things in the kitchen really well, but bread making is not one of them. But my girls, Ashley and Amy, over at Martin Midlife Misadventures, has convinced me that I can actually make this bread. It only has three ingredients: flour, salt, and water. Usually I put amounts and type the recipe down below in the description box, but I'm actually going to link their bread recipe down below so that you can go to their website and watch their video and get their recipe from them. So I am grateful that they shared their bread recipe, and I am excited to try this and see how it comes out. So join me on our bread making journey, and let's get into the kitchen. So in this bowl I have about a cup and a half of flour, just a little bit, maybe not even a half a teaspoon of salt for our bread. And we're gonna slowly add the water until we start to see a dough form. Now, according to Ashley and Amy, you just kind of mix, and if it doesn't look or feel right, you add a little more water or a little more flour. You just have to kind of get used to the consistency that you want your dough. We're just going to keep mixing this. It looks like it's starting to come together. I'm going to try to not over mix it too much. And this is just regular all-purpose flour. It's not anything special. It's just a store-brand all-purpose flour. It feels like it's still just a little bit dry. I'll just add the rest of the cup of water to it. And as you can see, it looks like it's now a little bit too sticky. So I'll just take a little bit more of my flour and add that to it. I'll just do a little bit at a time. That's why I didn't start out with a whole 3 cups of flour, because I didn't want to end up with a whole pile of dough by the time I got done adding the extra water and the extra flour. Still feels a little bit sticky. Let me wash my hands off. And we'll add just a pinch more flour to it. And probably not even a quarter of a cup more of flour. And I think I'm gonna switch from the spoon to my finger so I can tell if it's mixed right. So it's starting to come together. It's still just a hair wet yet. So I do live in Florida, so sometimes the humidity plays a factor when you're dealing with dough. Any type of dough, sometimes you have to adjust your flour or your liquid a little bit, and today is a really humid day. It feels like it might actually rain here in a little bit. So now it looks like I'm getting a fairly good dough here. So I'm going to take that out, and I'm gonna flour my board, and we're gonna knead this until it looks like I got a good soft dough going. And I'm just gonna maybe knead it a couple more times here. It looks like it's really coming together. Alright, this actually feels like it's pretty good. Feels like a really good soft dough. I think my girls knew what they were doing here. So I didn't come up with quite as much as they did in their video, but that's okay because I just cook for myself. So I don't need a whole bunch of leftover dough. So I'm going to wash my hands off real quick here. And then I'm going to get this dough cut into probably about 4 pieces, and we'll get this rolled out. I think I'm going to do some tortillas for my supper. I actually have this jar of taco meat that I canned, and I'm gonna heat this up on the stove, and I think we're going to do some tacos with our bread. Let me grab my rolling pin. And I found my rolling pin. I couldn't remember what cupboard I had put it in, but we found it. So let's get this dough cut into some smaller workable pieces. And we'll do probably that many pieces. So we'll move these out of the way here. And get our flour spread around a little bit. And we will get this patted out. And then we'll work on getting it rolled to the however thin we want our tortillas. This is rolling out pretty good. I'm actually kind of impressed with this dough. So I think we're gonna get some good bread here. So we'll just keep rolling it out a little bit. You want it, don't want it too thick for tortillas. So I think this is going to be pretty good. This looks like it's thin, but not too horribly thin. It's not perfectly round, but that's okay. As long as it tastes good. And I think it's gonna be good. Alright, I think that feels pretty good. Sorry about bumping you there. Let me grab a plate to put our dough on. Alright, this is one tortilla that's done. So I just have it on my plate here. I'm waiting for my canner to finish cooling so I can get our green beans out of the canner, so that way I can have my stove top to do my tortillas and heat my taco meat up on. So as you can see, I just put a paper towel on there to keep it from drying out and to keep the next one from sticking to that. So we'll add some more flour to the board and spread that out. Take our next piece. Now on the other video, the girls showed how you can do all different kinds of things with this dough. They took some chopped onion and I think it was chives or another herb that they pressed into the dough as they rolled it out. It looked like it was really good, and it cooked really nice with those herbs in there. And I could see doing that for tacos or tortillas, maybe doing some chopped cilantro, maybe mix up some chopped cilantro and some grated lime zest, and maybe do a cilantro lime show for your tortillas for your tacos. I actually think that sounds pretty good. I wish I had some of that to put on this for tonight, but I think this will still be good. I'm just super impressed with this dough. It is really rolling out very nice. I usually don't have very good luck with bread, like I said, but I think this is actually doable. Alright, so we'll put this next shell on our plate. So we got our second one on there, and we will keep on it going. A little bit more flour. Take our next piece. We'll get this all patted out here. It's flattened out. And I think this is going to make a really good taco shell. So I will bring you back when I get these rolled out and we are ready to start cooking our bread. Okay, we are fixing the rest of supper for tonight. I have the dough for the tacos all rolled out. I have my pans on the stove, and here is my jar of taco meat. Now listen to this. That was a good sounding seal. That means that the contents of the jar is safe. Nothing compromised the seal. And what's in the jar is safe to eat. So I will get this in the pan. And I just do my taco meat in half pint jars because I cook for just myself, and 2 tacos is about all I can eat at a time. In this way, I don't have any food waste, and I don't have to worry about storing leftovers or anything like that. So we're going to turn our stove on. Now, according to Ashley and Amy, you need to make sure that your pan is smoking hot to cook your bread. So I will get my pan on. Man, that taco meat smells so good. And all it is ground beef, some onion, and some taco seasoning. That's all that's in there. There's no preservatives. There's no tomato sauce. There was a little bit of water in there, but that's all that was in the taco meat. So it's home cooked, home canned meat that you know exactly what's in it. You know exactly when it was prepared, and it just tastes so much better and makes for a good quick meal. So I will bring you guys back when our pan is hot and our meat is ready to go. Okay, we are back. It looks like my taco meat is bubbling away. So we are going to put down our first bread here. Now, yeah, mine's not a perfectly rounded shape, but that's okay. So we're just gonna keep moving this around so it doesn't burn. Now they said about 30 to 40 seconds or so per side. I'm using an electric stove, so mine doesn't get quite as hot as a gas stove, so I'm just kind of watching the center of it, and I'll see maybe a couple more seconds. You can see here, yeah, this one's not perfect, but it'll be okay. This one can just be a snack for later. I do have some other ones that look a little bit better. Alright, we'll flip that. Oh, yeah, that looks really, really nice. Look how nice and brown that looks. I think I'm going to be really happy with this recipe. I think I can actually make bread using this recipe. I really, really do. Who would have thought that I could actually make my own bread? So yeah, I'm really, really good at cooking. I'm good at cookies and brownies and cakes, but bread is just something I have not mastered. I've never really taken time to master it. I just kind of convinced myself that I couldn't do it. But look at that. I'm going to just kind of fold that into a taco shell. And we'll give this a flip. And we will get this on our plate and cover it with a paper towel to keep it warm so it doesn't dry out. That is our first piece of homemade bread. I am so excited for this. I'm so glad that I tried it, because I think now I'm going to be making my bread way more often. It didn't take hardly any time at all to do. And this is our second piece. I will have to get better at getting it in the pan though, but that's alright. I assume that will come with some practice. and we'll just keep practicing. My taco meat is pretty much heated through. I'm just going to turn it down on low to keep it warm. And we'll get this turning. You can tell that my pan is now probably at the correct heat because it's cooking up pretty fast. Oh yeah, that looks really, really good. I am just super impressed with this. I'm so excited I actually figured out how to make bread. And it's bread that is from the Bible, so it's just good, simple ingredients, and it's a recipe that has been made for centuries. So how cool is this? Now, I usually, when I come up with my own recipes, I will link a recipe or have it all typed out for you, but because this is not my recipe, this came from Ashley and Amy at Martin Midlife Misadventures. I'm going to tag them in the description box down below, along with a link for this video where they make this bread. So I just encourage you guys to go check them out. They are really a couple of great girls. They are super nice, and I think you will really enjoy their videos a lot. So I will link them down below, and you can go and check them out. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to work on getting my dough in the pan, but I think it's still gonna be good. I think it's still gonna taste right. It's not picture perfect, but okay, life's not perfect, so it's gonna all be good. So we'll get these cooked up and plated, and then we'll be ready to eat. I'm getting kind of hungry. I was late getting my green beans canned up, so I'm a bit later with my supper, but it's actually okay. I'm having a procedure done on my shoulder tomorrow to help with some pain I've been in, which means I can't really eat anything after midnight, so it's probably good for me to eat a bit later tonight. So everything works out in the end. So we'll just give this a flip. These look so good. I'm just so impressed with this recipe. I really am. I think this is going to be something that I do quite often. And this is the last one. It stuck to the plate just a little bit. We got it. Alright, grab my spatula here. And I'm going to grab a slotted spoon for my taco meat to make sure that I don't get a lot of grease in there. I cannot wait for this. This looks so good, even though it doesn't look professional. I think the taste is going to be so much better than a store-bought tortilla shell. Sometimes you get those things and it's hard telling how long they've been on the store shelf. These I know was just made 30 minutes ago. So I know that they are going to be nice and fresh. All right. And we are going to call this one done. Look at the color on that. That looks really, really nice. We're going to turn the pan off and get this out of here. And I'm going to grab the clean plate. Grab my taco shells and my homemade bread. Alright, move this pan out of the way and turn the stove off. Alright, and I'm going to put my slotted spoon out here. Put half of the meat on one. Ooh, these are still very, very hot. I think this is going to be a very good taco. Alright, and I will bring you over here so I can set my plate down and not set it on the hot stove. We'll move this back. I will grab some cheese. I like cheese on my tacos. You can put whatever you want on your taco. I'm a meat, cheese, and sour cream type of girl, so that's what I like on my tacos. Meat, cheese, and sour cream. Let me grab a spoon here. Get just a little dab of sour cream on there. Fold this over. Oh yeah, that's going to be really good. Unfold this shell and I will just bring my pan over here instead of moving you guys again. We'll get all of that meat into our taco shell, our home canned taco meat. Get some cheese on there. Little bit of sour cream. Good sour cream. Fold that over. Look at this plate. All right, I know my hair is a mess. I've been working hard today, so it is what it is. So here is my plate, and let's try a bite. Mm. Mm. I am doing my happy dance. That stuff is so good. Mm. I love the bread. It's chewy. It's warm. It's just really good with that taco meat. This bread is a winner. So I'm gonna go sit down and enjoy my tacos. Make sure that you go over to Martin Midlife Misadventures and check out Ashley and Amy. Again, a couple of really great girls. I think you'll really enjoy their content. So I will see you all in the next video.